10.
Dollar.
Sports.
All right, everybody, how's it going? It's a special edition of $10 Sports Live. Last 5 minutes of the Monday Night Football game. Really excited because we might finally hit something. The first real big hit of the season for us at $10 Sports. Sadly, it's mine and not Mike's, so he's not joining me tonight. I know he's got some family duties going on, but we will live stream the last 5 minutes of the game. At least I've got it here in front of me. Steelers just kicking a field goal to go up 13. Now, I know what you're thinking. Moose, the line for this game was Steelers minus 14, which absolutely right. But remember our teaser action from the last episode of $10 Sports, where I took a 7-point teaser across 9 games. So basically the spread moves in your favor by 7 points. So all we needed tonight, I hit all the first 8 games. It was crazy, especially with Minnesota. Basically, if you remember, the Minnesota spread was minus 16.5 with the Redskins, and subtracting that 7 teaser got me minus 9.5 for the Vikings. And they won by 10, so we got off to a shaky start at the beginning, but we hit all the rest of the teasers. And now we're just waiting for the Steelers and the Dolphins to finish up. Right now, a touchdown would kill us. So we're hoping that Fitzpatrick and Fitzmagic, nothing happens right now. They're crossing the 50-yard line. I'm starting to get a little nervous. No Fitzmagic. No Fitzmagic for about 4 minutes left in the game. This would be a big win for us. It'd be about $200 coming our way with a 9-pick teaser. Was it 9? I think it was an 8. It was an 8 or 9 pick, and cross the 35. I hate when the prevent defense comes out. Come on, Pittsburgh. We need to stop. We need to stop. Devontae Parker, big catch there. About a 15-yard gain or so. The Dolphins at the 34 right now. 3:47 and counting. Come on. So I don't know if you remember our picks. Kind of spoiler alerts for Wednesday's episode with Emrod. Kind of a tough slate of games for us, at least on our picks. I think I stayed over 500, went 3-2, and actually picking. I think we picked all the winners. It was just the spreads that gave us. Here's Moose's $10 picks right here. We picked the winners. The Lions didn't cover and the Colts didn't cover. New England coming up to cover last night, or they had last night's game against Cleveland. There's Fitzpatrick throwing it away on 2nd and 7. All right, 3rd and 7. Come on, Steelers. Got to see what Mike's picks were. No, did he have the Bucks on there? I don't even remember our picks from last week already. But as you know, Bucks coming up short against the Titans. And we'll have our next episode of $10 Sports coming right at you. And should have it to you tomorrow. We might do a live edition of that too. I know Mike's been wanting to do a live show, so we might go ahead and just do live Bucking Hangover tomorrow, and then we should have $10 Sports coming at you Wednesday. Tomorrow actually should be a double release game. Oh, almost intercepted by Pittsburgh. Come on. 4th and 7 now. This could potentially be the game, or at least what we need. But we should have a double release for you tomorrow with the Bucking Hangover and our next episode of the Thunderdome Puckcast coming up as well. A disappointing homestand for the Bolts. I get into the nitty-gritty of it. It's not looking pretty so far. I think we're getting to a point where we have to question coaching at this point. This is year 8 under John Cooper. You know, we can't be. We're still. I don't. I'll save it for tomorrow. I just. They're gonna sack him. Yeah, Fitzpatrick sacked. Yes. 2:57 to go. Turnover on downs. Hopefully a couple quick first downs, and we should be in the money. Of course, we got celebrations going on. Got to pull out the sound package. So showing the replay now. Oof. Huge sack. Huge sack.
He's on fire!
On fire right now. Another sack of Fitzmagic. Bugs and Hayward. Each with a half sack on that one. So again, just kind of going back to my Lightning frustration. Kind of again, 3 out of 6 possible points in the homestand. Got absolutely shellacked by the Avalanche. Had a little bit of a better game against Pittsburgh, and then they just let one get away against the Predators, losing in overtime. They were up 2-1 most of the game, and letting a late goal in the third period, and then getting overtime. And you gotta put those teams away. The Predators are a good team. I mean, they were putting pressure on. But again, the big question mark and the big concern is the penalty kill. But again, we'll talk about that on the next pucking hangover. Oh man, I'm already having a pucking hangover with the Lightning. No, the next Thunderdome Puckcast should be coming your way tomorrow, where we'll get into our Lightning action. And honestly, kind of a concern. I didn't realize how absolutely terrible their schedule was. I know we talked about their first homestand being a 6-gamer right out the gate, but kind of like the Bucks right now, the Lightning don't come back home till mid-November after this last game against Nashville, and that includes a trip. I forgot that they were part of the series in Sweden this year, so they have 2 games against the Buffalo Sabres over in Sweden. You know, in theory, home and home, right? So one of their home games being played in Sweden, and I mean they're on the road against a couple Atlantic Division opponents, and traveling to and from Sweden. So their next home game's not. I think I saw November 17th or 16th. Maybe that Saturday, in 2 or 3 weeks away, which is bizarre. What a really odd scheduling anomaly. And we'll break it down again tomorrow on the Puckcast. 3rd and 1 right now for the Steelers. James Conner having a really strong game. Looks like 145 yards rushing, averaging over 6.3. Why can't we get that kind of rushing in Tampa? Why can't... Well, we've gotten close. And we'll talk about that in the Bucking Hangover tomorrow. Rojo is actually averaging over 4 yards a carry, and it seems like we are really committed to this 2 or 3 back system. No offense to Dare Abungawale, but I know the days of the feature back aren't as prominent, but I don't know. You have someone who's averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Why aren't we featuring them a little bit more? And we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow on Bucking Hangover. So going into the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes away from hitting the teaser. First hit of the season. I'm going to be over, actually. This is a nice big win to get us over on the money from comparing to the beginning of the football season. So we've been kind of trickling away, and we've hit a few. We hit some over-unders that I had put in, and I've been playing conservatively the last few weeks just with some tough losses, and that 0-for-5, if you remember 2 episodes ago of $10 Sports, that really hurt me, hurt my wanting to play the next week, so I really just did the $10 parlay and this teaser. I didn't do my over-unders like I usually do, and I might put a little bit more in next week, and maybe some smaller parlays as well. I know Mike and I always do the $10 parlay, which is like a 5 or 6 pick, but sometimes I like doing little 2 or 3 picks just to throw some dollars my way at least. Right, gotta fund the habit, if you will. Still on commercial break. Just want to be here for when it goes official. Should be one more first down. I didn't get to see how many timeouts were left, how many timeouts the Dolphins had left. But I think 1 first down is going to do it for them. Good old Scott Van Pelt. It's like Mason Rudolph had a strong game. I was panicking at the beginning. We were watching TV and seeing it was 14-0 Dolphins. I'm like, oh really? This is going to be the game where the Dolphins decide to wrap it up, and thankfully not the case. Not the case. I don't think they're gonna be able to cover the true spread of 14, but all I needed was -7. That's all I needed. It's actually 4th-and-1. Steelers are going to punt. No timeouts for the Dolphins, so for there to be an epic comeback and a truly bad beat and heartbreaking fashion of the teaser, it's going to have to be Fitzmagic from about 90 yards away. Oh, they got the punt block coming in. Right, let's get this away, please. Really bleeding the play clock here, even though the real clock's not running. There we go. Gets the punt away. It's kind of a low roller. Got over there quickly, so it's going to get a decent return out of it and gets out of bounds at about 30. So 70 yards away, or a minute 50 away from getting the teaser. I'm really hoping for it. It looks like we have a guest. Daisy's here. Hello, Daisy. Daisy came to cheer on the teaser. And you'll see it right down below. Jaguars, Patriots, Texans just had to win. Packers had a strong game last night. Well, they had me a little bit on the ropes too. Thankfully, they were able to pull away. So definitely some exciting action on some of these games with the teaser. Let's see how Mike did. I'm not remembering his picks, and I'll rotate here. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and give the video a like, and make sure you're looking out for all our other videos. At the pick records, Mike a little bit under 500. I should be over 500 now. And then we are going back to our Apple format as well. So we're going to be finally sitting down and ripping all the audio from all the shows we've started since we switched over to kind of a vlog or video podcast format, and we want to make those available on Apple Podcasts as well as Google Podcasts, just for your listening pleasure if you're driving around town and want to hear our voices and give you sports advice talking about the Bucks, because we know YouTube is really finicky and won't let you play unless you're a subscriber, won't let you stream the audio without the app being open. Here's Fitzpatrick running around, 3rd and 5. Looks like he's going to run for the first down and stays in bounds. So, Dolphins to 40, minute 13 left. Come on, Fitzpatrick. No, to be quite honest with you, I haven't even watched a Monday Night Football game this whole year, I don't think. I didn't realize that they moved Booger up to the booth. Or someone else in the booth with Jason Witten going back onto the Cowboys. I didn't know that they took Booger off the Boogermobile. All right, 1st and 10 from the 40. Another sack. No, it's a fumble. Nope. Ball is. Oh, yes. No, you run and score. It's a fumble. Wow, the Steelers with the late cover, potentially, if that's a touchdown. If that holds, that is a late full cover. Let's see what happened. Fitzpatrick was going down. Not sure if it's going to be ruled well, it stayed in the air. He had an offensive lineman catch the ball off the deflection, then the ball popped out. I don't have the volume on just to avoid any copyright issues. Oh, that's a fumble. Definitely a fumble. Offensive lineman catches it, gets the ball ripped out while he's advancing. I don't think there was a whistle. So that's the question. If there's a whistle, then this is a clear recovery. Well, what? Oh, I guess they gave the completion and forward progress, so no fumble. Oh, there's a sack, and nope. down by contact again, and Fitzpatrick is down. So he kind of fumbled, and I think the other Watt brother, the one who doesn't get injured every year. Oof. Yeah, that's a fumble, and then Fitzpatrick recovers. But he looks hurt. Oh, yep. Now they had the 10-second runoff, and that's the game. Yes. Let's get the horns going. Get double horns here. Yes. With the teaser. I'm so excited. Well, we'll get that tweeted out for you guys as well with the winnings. So this has been it for $10 Sports Live. Our first opportunity to go live to show that that kind of the last game for us to win a teaser or a parlay. Hopefully we can hit one of our parlays in the upcoming weeks, but I will take any small victory, and there's a teaser right under me there on the ticker. That Steelers -7 coming true. And I go cash it in. So it's been your host, Moose. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for being out there listening. Subscribe. We'll get the information for Apple Podcasts up soon. I got to start ripping and doing some sound editing and getting it hosted. And then back up to our $10 sports. And then we'll probably be making the different shows around podcasts. So you can find that at Bucking Hangover as well as Thunderdome Puckcast. So we'll have those out there floating around. We are considering maybe rebranding the podcasts that we have right now on Apple and Google as the Balls Brews Bros podcast, and then do different episodes for the different shows. I feel like that might be confusing, so we might just have to go through the process of creating separate podcasts for everyone and just linking everything to either our new website or something like that. So any feedback on that or experience be much appreciated. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in for the exciting win. We'll have to go celebrate on Twitter as well. Again, we'll tweet out the payout for that.
Oh, good for you.
Good for me. One more horn. How about some cannons? Yeah, fire the cannons. We're on fire. It's been great. So it's been your host, Moose. Thanks for tuning in. Again, we'll have Bucking Hangover for you tomorrow. Should be with Mike live. And a release of our next episode of the Thunderdome Puckcast going over our homestand. New episode of $10 Sports likely coming on Wednesday as well. It's going to be a great week for us here at Balls, Brews, and Bros. Might be a bit slow on the weekend. I know Mike is going up to Seattle for the game, so we may not have access to him until next week, but we'll get through. This has been Moose. Thanks so much. I didn't get to say it. Let's hit that intro because we were going live, but let's hit that outro, I guess. Have a great night. Be helpful if I had the right one loaded up. Have a great night.
10,